well. Yeah, good. Yeah, and that would tie in with if you have to manufacture that by holding on. That's fine. And then you just have to let go some, and then try it again, and let go some. And then... Okay. Well, let's see what he gives us today. Let's go for a trot when you're ready. Rising, obviously. But I'm feeling lazy today. He's like, that thing's working today. Do you think it's working? But oh my gosh, you have like three or four like orbs floating around. I wonder if that'll come through on your video. That's like so. They're right. It's right. They're right around you. Very funny. Oh, maybe that is. Are they? Did they just? Are they blowing by you now in front of you? Ah, okay. I thought they were orbs. I was like, this is weird. Ah, okay. That's funny because I was like, oh, maybe they're orbs. That's weird. All right, let's go ahead for trot. And how's he been? He's been in the dry lot. Everything's been good. 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 And if you have these days where it feels like ugh, just um, difficult to motivate him, and you'll feel like you want to try different things, and sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, maybe they need to be a little longer, maybe they need to be this, maybe they need to be that, and then don't always forget that sometimes there just can be periods of just letting it be how it is. You have to give it a little time. So before we get asking more or pushing more or doing whatever, we just stay. The art of doing nothing, almost like just thinking about you, your breath, your elbows, your shoulders. You really want to try. Are you recording? Okay. You really want to watch those hands, and hopefully, the more that you keep watching the videos, it will be more helpful too. And do you have a whip in your hand? Okay. Try to walk 1 second and then hold the whip between two of pinkies so it's running between both of your hands over laying on his wither. So it's going very, yeah, straight to the, so it's parallel to the ground. Yeah, yeah. And then, so, so the whip you're holding through your pinky, so your thumbs are still up. Does that make sense? You're just letting it rest in your pinky, and then you're really keeping your thumbs really up. And now push that whip down on his wither in front of the saddle. Let's see, coming down. Yeah, yeah, and try to keep it down. Good. Yeah, you'll have to play with the length. And if he's a little longer while we're doing this, it'll be good for him. He'll be happy to get a little bit more freedom while he's warming up. This is something that can really, you can think about too. So let's go to the trot. Do you feel how you're leaving the whip from his neck? Good. Great. Now yeah, when you go up, you push down. And when you sit, you bend the elbows. Try it again. Mm-hmm. When you go up, you straighten the arms, and when you sit, you bend. When you go up, you straighten the arms, and when you sit, you bend. Slightly, eh? Yeah. Just keep. And it'll be really hard like you have to stretch yourself too. I remember when I was starting to do this, I used to joke, and so it's a, I love to teach in the sense that I tell you guys, like I've been there. Like I'm not telling you to do something that is like, oh, you're so stupid. I mean, we've all been there. And I've said to my trainer before, I was like, I think my arms are just shorter. Like they just are shorter than a normal person's arms. And they would laugh. They would be like, yeah, but no, that's not an excuse. Right. So try, because you do have to feel like you will gain some length in your arms when your shoulders stay heavy and when you stretch yourself more too. So it will come, but will your realistically will your whip stay down on the wither all the time? Um, no, you'll actually have your hands a little bit more up. But what I want you to do is more or less use this time to feel what it takes to try to keep it steady. And yeah, and the cute thing that may happen is that he may get a little bit forward, he may get a little bit whatever. It's the same thing when we were working on the sitting trot the other day. It's like when we took all the focus a little bit off of him and took it back. Yeah, 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 good. And keep riding. Let your elbows, let your shoulders, everything even more relaxed. Because I want you to learn that when you're watching the video right now, you'll see your hands have like a bounce, a bounce, and 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 a bounce. So you don't leave it down long enough. You have to leave it down for like a second longer and then bend your elbow. So hands down, 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 down. Good. Keep trying. You're good. I know. But that's why we have that. And you've seen your video so many times of your hands kind of bouncing. And this is something we really need to tackle, because if we don't get this better, you're never going to be in the better position to receive him into contact, and he's never going to give you fully the best thing, because he's always like, well, if you're going to like bop me in the mouth, I'm not really going to. And he's nice about it. He's nice about the contact with you. And maybe you try experimenting with the reins a hair longer for a minute and try to feel like, is there anything that gives him the feeling that he can accept the contact, and you can get the feeling that there's no break in between his mouth and his reins all the way up to your elbow. Let's change the direction. Yeah. And by doing this, by changing the direction and doing things and feeling like you have to maneuver him without turning him with specifically with the reins is also a good thing. And even that you're going a little forward now with your chest and shoulders, I don't mind, because we're going to take the whip away and you're going to start to feel the contact again, back again. This is just a kind of give you extreme version of you, like, I might want you to work on this, let's say a few minutes each day. Take the whip and you do this in the beginning. Good. Take your diagonal and try to feel that what happens to your elbows, and really lean forward for a minute now and keep your hand on his neck. Good. Let your elbows more soft. Let them follow the movement more. Open, close. Let your elbows join. Join, 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 join. Let them soften more. You keep your hands down on the neck. And elbows, you have to almost open and give your forearm forward in your post. Good. And now slowly sit up, inch by inch, start to sit back. Inch by inch, sit back. And now start moving the hand and the whip, touching it on the top of your white fleece. So you're going to reposition the whip up and back on the top of the fleece. It will give you an inch or two of more height. But keep it down on the fleece. That's good. And he's like, oh, 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 oh. And he's like, you don't have the whip, so good. Let's go to the trot again and keep it on it. Low growl at him and say, come on. Good. All right, keep the whip on the fleece. It's easier, right? Kick the legs like. and don't let him pull your hands out of that fleece. Use your back. Use your back arms, your lats and traps, and pull down and start to lift, open your chest more and start to bring your shoulders back more. More. And your important part, like now, is that you don't give forward the hands. Bend more in your elbows. Have more of a bend so you open and close more. So pull back your elbows to your hips and push your hands down to the fleece. And it's going to be extreme version right now. Close your lower leg. Don't lose the fleece. Come on. This is the part that he knows. Yes, come for boy. He knows that he can get away and pull your hand out from the fleece, and then he never really comes together enough for you. Right now, you keep breathing, sit up, don't go forward on your crotch. Keep that hand down on the fleece. Let your elbows open and close. You just have too stiff in your arms and elbows. You don't want to keep doing the movement. You kind of want to just go up and down and lock the arms a bit, and then your hands just stay flapping. You'll start to feel too, as you start to get stretched and get better, I definitely feel like my elbows hit my sides in a lower place once I started to get stretched, like down below my belt. Your elbows now don't feel like they hit at your belt, do they? They feel like they hit maybe above your belt. For instance, I mean, it depends on your breeches and which breeches you have on, right? But you want to feel that your between your shoulder and your elbow, that gets long and down. Your elbows have to be more heavy. So they pull down, so they're down lower. That's your neck, that's your shoulder. Okay. And in some point, we can start raising the hands a little bit, but I want you to feel that you have the movement. One day when you don't have your hand pushed on the fleece, we have to have an imaginary place where your hands stay, right? And it's not touching anything. It's going to be, when I'm riding, my hands are floating, not touching anything, but they have to know the heaviness. It's almost like they have weights. Like if you're between your elbow down to the bit was a 2x4, and it didn't have it was a straight piece, not a connector between your hands, because you want to break sometimes where your hands meet the rein. Think of keeping your hands a little bit more in line with the bit, and feel then your elbows do the opening and closing. Good. It's better. Do you feel that? That's better. That's better. Good. And it doesn't have to be locked down. After you start to get the movement, you'll find that they hover. You don't see my hands necessarily locked down on the stocking strap or anything, but they're not pushed down the neck, and they're not up to, well, sometimes I get them a little too high, like in Piaf or something like that. I tend to kind of lock my arms a little straighter. But you want to feel like you have like an imaginary ledge right up above the fleece, or right between the fleece and the neck. There's like a little, almost like if I gave you a 2x4 to hold instead of the whip. Do you know what I'm saying? And you had like 4 inches. Like right now, you have to put the whip down on the neck, and that's super hard. If you have to put the whip on the fleece, it's a little bit easier, but it's still hard. But if I gave you something thick, so you didn't have to put your hands down so low, it would be different, right? Good. All right, so let's go ahead and take the whip back again to normal way. And I know this seems like kind of annoying, but this is really something we really have to attack on. But hopefully there at the end, you could start to feel like the last time going like on the short side there, I saw that you were getting better. You have to have more bend to your elbow now, more elbow bending. And if your hands raise a little bit from it now, it's fine, but just keep them pulling like steady on the contact because it's almost like, yeah, you have to, once you get the idea of the flexion and the bend of the elbows, you almost have to feel back in your back arms. You feel him, you hold him, bend, and I don't want to say pull back, but you kind of feel him back there. You massage him, and then you drive the seat and the leg up to the hand. Okay, this is better. Good. More trot down the long side. Good. This is better. Good. Good. Keep working on that. Good. Keep both thumbs up. Push your back part of your bum under and change the direction a little bit here. Short diagonal maybe. Leg, 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 leg and seat, and squeeze the finger so that he doesn't just flop out in front. Leg and seat, leg, 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 leg and seat. Better with the hands, better. Leg and seat, push, 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 push. Few strides of more trot, but feel him. So that he doesn't just get out with the nose, and that you feel the elbows take back the weight more. Yeah? Good. Good. And your shoulders heavy and down. Good. Really deep breath. Good. Let's circle there. Inside leg. Keep the trot, keep the trot, keep the trot. Don't let him back off and don't let him go on one rein or the other. Keep him in both reins. Hop, hop, hop. This is okay. Good. Comfortable with. Open your chest more so you have more pulling your shoulder blades together. And let's start a little bit serpentine. And you're going to stay on the 3 loop. You're going to go straight 2, 3, left leg, left bend. Hands more, like bend more the elbows. Take back more the pressure of his mouth into your back arms and legs. Sit back, sit back, sit back, sit back, and you push him forward. You crutch, you go into your crutch and lean forward when there's a problem, and you need to sit back and squeeze him with your calves and push. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Wants a look, he wants to get crooked, he wants to get tense. He needs more leg, more leg. More, 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 more. A boy, tell him. Bend him. Bend him. Sit up. Keep your shoulder back, your right shoulder. Good. A lot of right leg and push him like quickly. Now, now, now. Now is the right hand. Now, now, now. Small circle there, 10 meters, right there before you do the serpentine. Small circle. Small circle. Good. More bend, more bend, more bend. Through your legs. Good. And finish the serpentine again. 3 loops. Straight. Go really straight. And then now left. Now small circle right here. 10 meters. Don't go past the center line. Small circle, and sit up. You sit up and you give him the left leg. And right rein down. And back. Yes, 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 yes. Tuck, 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 tuck. Don't get forward. Don't get forward. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Sit up. Keep going. Keep going. You got this. Keep going. Tuck, 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 tuck. Hind legs, hind legs, hind legs. Hind legs, hind legs. You got it. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Good, 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 good. Don't give up. You got it. We'll walk in a minute. Open up your shoulders. Sit up. Look up. Put your chest up more. I don't mind if I start seeing, and you see in the video, if he starts stopping and looking and you stay back and up, I don't even mind. It's like he does that and then you crawl, you just collapse and fall forward. I don't mind if he stops and looks, but your reaction needs to be up, like duck, not forward. Sit up more. More. Ride more your bum. Scoot your bum. Go, 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 go. Close your legs. Now, 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 now. Close, close. Up, on. Good. When you sit, relax the legs. When you go, now. Tuck, 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 tuck. Good. Close your fingers more. Shorten the reins. Keep going. Tuck, tuck. Don't let him back off. Tuck, 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 tuck. With the whip if he doesn't come quickly. Quick, 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 quick. Quick, quick, quicker in the hind leg. Good. Yeah, support him. Keep his pull high. Good. Active. Sit up and supportive, not falling forward, and especially on the corners. Bend him and stay up. Good. Serpentine again, starting here. Stay up. Stay up. Right leg, stay up. Good. Start the turn. Up, 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 up. Right leg. Quick, 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 quick. Yeah, you need a lot of activity, a lot of bend for the turn. Quick, quick, quick. You got it. Breathe. Good. More connection in your elbows and more trot. Yeah, add step. Help him. Remember what we did in Florida. Power him. Collect him a little bit. Power him for the corners. Don't let him just fall. Good. Center line. Center line. X. Walk. Help him for these. Remember, help, 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 help. Help. Power, power. Bring him back. Sit him on his bum. Sit him on his bum. Push him. Walk, 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 walk. Good. Keep them together. Go left in the walk. Good. Keep them together. Breathe. Good. Go to the left. Keep them in the walk. Keep them short. Jazz them up. Activate them up. Say, come on. Walk, 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 walk. Walk him under. Walk him under. Right rein. Good. And follow. Good. Good. Good boy. Breathe. Walk. Close your outside body. Good. Good. Keep walking the feet. Good. Center line in the walk. Walk, walk, walk. Walk, walk, walk. Sit down. Good. Leg yielding off your left leg. Over to the right in the walk. 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 Yep. More walk. Keep yourself straight. More walk. More sideways. More big steps. The hind leg cuts across. Now. More haunch. More haunch. There you have to hold a little bit more of the shoulder in your right rein. Center line. Walking. Walking. Stay on the line. Keep the elbows really heavy and really movable. Like I'm behind you, pulling your elbows back and down. Yes, 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 and follow. Yes, yes, heavy, heavy. Yes. You're going to take back your elbows till you feel it tighten up on the reins and then walk him into that. Tack him into that. Keep the elbows back and following. Good. Shoulder in down this long side. Walking. Walking. Come on, right hind. Coming now. Now is the right hind. Now. No, he can't stop. Come on. Hop, 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 hop. Right hind. Come on. Now. 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 Right leg. Come on. Good. And then when you cross by, I think it's A over there at the mirror. Let's go trot. Hind legs, but slow him in front and hind legs more active. Hold him in front, so no running. Good. Sitting. Sit 3 or 4 strides and walk. Elbows, elbows, elbows. Push, 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 push. Leg. Don't lose the contact. And trot. Good. And legs away and bounce ball. And trot. Hop, 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 hop. Yay! Conga boy. And stay sitting. Keep his head straight. Don't let him look to the outside. Right leg. Good. And walk. Exhale, both the other stirrups. And legs away 10 times walking. Hop. Keep him walking. Hop. Hind legs, hind legs, hind legs. Hop, hop. Kick your legs. Kick. Hop. Walk. Hop. He gets behind you when you're going to do other things. Walk, 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 bop, 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 bop. Again, bop, both legs, hips, hips, hips. Move your feet, move. Come on, hop in front, hop in front. Hop, 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 hop. Hind legs. Yes, yes. You tuck your squirrel tail, he has to tuck his squirrel tail. Let's go. Come on. Walk, walk. Walk, walk with those legs away. Walk, walk, walk. Knee lifts, walk. 10 knee lifts, walk, walk, walk. Good job. Good, you got it, you got it. Walk, walk, walk. Hop, knee lift, hop, hop. Through the feet. And you tuck him if he gets lazy behind there when you're doing the exercise. Like you're doing the exercise and you can come back in with a correction and say, hey, buddy, keep going. You're doing the exercise. Walk, hop, hop. Good. Yeah, because you take those legs away and you find that sitting in the seat, he can't stop, right? Good. Come, 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 come. Walk, walk, walk. Good. Long legs. Keep your feet out of the stirrups. Let's trot. Keep that long leg and wrap your legs down around him, all the way down around him. Hug your legs down around him so you go all the way down with your legs and sit in your bum. Good. And walk. Good. And trot. Take your legs out and down around again. Hop, 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 hop. Longer legs down around him. The thighs down around him. Open the thighs back. And walk. Can't hold on to yourself and pinch your knees. You have to use your abdominals. Lean back. You can do this. Open your thighs. Trot again. Open your knees 3 times every time you're sitting. Little legs away. 3 times. Away, 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 away. Yes, yes, yes. There you go. Good. Now, how do you make him go a little bit more trot? Keep those legs away and bounce more. Legs away, legs away, legs away. Good. Legs away, legs away, legs away. No gripping in your knees. I'm going to take off those knee rolls. I'm not going to let you have knee rolls. Good, 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 good. And walk. Now hold the belly. And trot. Open the belly. And go. Lean back more. Sit in your bum. More. Back in your bum. Yeah. Now open your legs 3 times. Relax. 3 times. Relax. Open the belly. Open the belly. Open the legs. Good. Open, 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 open. Keep open your thighs. Keep doing little jiggles with your thighs. Jiggle them back. Back. Back the thighs. So you sit back on your bum. Sit back more on your bum. Good. Make a change of direction and take your stirrups while you're trotting. Let's go. Sit back, sit back, sit back. Sit back, sit back. Find your stirrups. Sit back. Don't stop. Don't stop. Now drop your stirrups. Stay sitting. Keep going. Now find your stirrups. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. You got it. Find your stirrups when you get trotting. Don't do it yet. It's the exercises while you're trotting. Good job. And trot. You're sweating, eh? Good. Trot, 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 trot with your feet. Hop, 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 hop. I want your belly and I want your midsection to be like, woo, wow, hula hoop. Doing, 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 doing. Now find your stirrups. Keep trotting. Pop, 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 and breathe. Take away your stirrups. Sit on your bum, bum, bum. Back on your bum more. Back on your bum more. Open your legs. Open your thighs. Now find your stirrups. Find your stirrups. Bounce with him. Come on. Keep the rhythm. Bum, 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 bum. Now take your stirrups away. Bum, 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 bum. Come, your seat, your seat, your seat. Tap, tap, tap. Now find your stirrups. Tap, 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 tap. You don't want to have any rhythm with your hips. You want to keep using your legs all the time too, which I'm not against. You're going to need your legs. Your midsection just doesn't want to have a good rhythm on its own. Your midsection has to override everything right now. I want you, if you put your reins in one hand and put your inside hand on your belly. He's like, okay, I've had enough. Put your reins into one hand and put your maybe inside hand on your belly. Good. Come on, buddy. Come on. He's like, this is a weird lesson. Good. Now go for a trot again and just keep your hand down on the fleece. Like he can be however in his head. Let's go trot. Keep your hand on the fleece. Doesn't matter what he does with the head. Now, move your hand with your belly. Like lift your hand. Is your hand moving Do you feel the movement? What is happening? Yes, lift, 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 lift. You lift harder when he stops. Do not use your legs. Lift, 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 lift. Exhale, lift, lift, lift. Yes. Now push your hand in your belly and hold. Hold it still. What happens? Yes, good. Now again, lift. Push your belly up, 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 and so your hand feels like it's going up. Up, up, up. More, more, more. Keep your other hand down. Good. Lift, 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 lift. Yeah. Your hips like just don't want to go in that rhythm that he gives you. He gives you a good trot. And your hips are like, oh, this is kind of a too much of a rhythm. Good. Close your eyes and feel it. You feel it? Yes. Yes. Good job. This is better. Now I can see your hand, your white glove is moving up and down, up and down, up and down. Good. Keep going. Bounce that ball. Bam, bam, bam. Take your legs away. Take your legs away. Keep your other hand down. Good. Keep your other hand down. The other hand forward. Let him be in front. Give him the other hand. Yes. Lift, lift, lift. Yeah, lift more. Faster your lift. Faster your belly. Up, up. Yes. You feel how fast it is. Down, 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 down. Lift, lift, lift. And breathe. Yes. Good job. You fixed it in your trot bounce. Good. Give him a scratch and a long range. Good. This is going to be hard, but we're going to have to do this in the next few days because this is like we've got to get this. You'll see it in your video too. Like I just want you to move in your hips more, like a little more freely because he wants to give you that trot, and your body is just not used to doing it. So blocking. And you even want to hang when we put the reins into your left hand. You want to hang a little bit on his mouth so we're going to kind of abort the idea of keeping him on a short. Well, he still can be short. You'll see in the video. I don't mind him. That I like exactly what we were doing. But feel like you take him in your outside hand, and then sometimes you put your inside hand or you put your outside hand forward, even though you've got the reins. So you're going to kind of like say, "Hey, am I really sitting and bouncing on this ball, or am I hanging a little on his mouth?" I'm going to change the direction. He's such a good boy. Really, really good. Making sense? Makes sense? Good. Good. Keep opening the chest. Keep pulling your muscles in your back and together in the back. More. Yep. Yeah. I'm going to. I've been threatening that I was going to get it, and I never ordered it yet. But I'm going to get that saddle that is not the one that's the treeless one, but the one that's the really great bareback pad that the French lady uses. And I, for myself and for everybody, like I just feel like I want to take those knee rolls away for you, like because you really rely on them, you really push up into them. And now I'm not saying that there's not a time that I don't feel like especially when I was in Spain a lot and riding like really big moving. I mean, my horses move big too, but like really, really like I remember like needing to push up into my knee roll sometimes. But like we also need to be able to like you don't want to just always just feel like that's where you have to be. You want to be like you can go there because you're in a stable place that you can let go and bring your knees back away from the knee roll. Then you can go in the knee roll. But if you can't bring your legs away and you can't ride without the knee roll or feel worse when you don't have the knee roll, then that's not good. And that saddle is very kind of, it lends itself for that. Like, I feel like there's no room between where you sit and your pubic bone. The knee roll is very, like, right there. Like, so, it wants you to have that nice straight leg. But when you watch yourself in the saddle now, you have quite a bend to your knee. But it's almost like I don't mind the saddle and the where it is in the knee roll is. It's just that I wish you had a little bit more space in the seat to let yourself move back a bit more. It just it rounds up so fast in the back that it pushes you into that little dip in front where then it just your thigh is very close to the knee roll. That doesn't mean you can't. You just have to sit back and make your own little no on those saddles. You have to kind of pound down the saddle. Think of it that you're gonna like kind of work on pounding down the saddle a little bit more back on the way back of the saddle and make yourself a little place there. Like you're gonna take that dip out of the saddle. You're gonna make a little flat area. And then once you get that flat area, you kind of sit your seat bones down in there and then the thighs can come away. Just like you can do it in the walk, it's okay, it's easy. All right, I want to try again this way. So let's go trot first with both reins for a second, yeah. Little rising trot to get them going again, and then we'll bring them back. And yeah, and that just has to be quick legs, quick hind legs, and don't let him go out with a nose. This is better already, eh? Good. Slow down the trot into the walk. Good. Into the trot again. When he does that leg, because you're shortening the, yes, he just has to, because he doesn't want to squish his body together from the back. Good. And through to the walk again. There your arms were really good, eh? They feel heavy among. No. Yep. And then once he meets you and he does his part, then it'll all come together. But it's like he's a little long and you're a little stretched, and then you both are just like, ugh. But something has to give. Something has to happen first. Now let's go into a little bit sitting trot. And it can be a small trot. This is good with your. This is good. Good job. Good with your hands. Good. Take your feet out. Don't lose the rhythm. Find your stirrups back. Don't lose the rhythm. Keep going. Come on. Hop, 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 hop. Take them out. Hop, 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 hop. Good. Legs away 3 times. Keep the rhythm. Hop, 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 hop. Good. Keep them out. Find a little ledge that you sit back. You're going to crush your back of your saddle down with your back part of your bump. Legs away. Yes, don't let him pull you forward. Ride more his hind legs under. If he brings his head and nose up, it's fine. Close your fingers. Okay, he doesn't have to go faster. He just has to be more short. Shorten the trot. Keep the rhythm. Good. Now we'll go ahead and put your feet back into stirrups. And stop. Feet back out. Back in. Come on, bounce that ball. Back out. Back in. Bounce that ball. Good. Now reins into your outside hand and inside hand on your belly. And just give him a nice supportive hand. Follow his head. If he wants to stretch a little bit down, follow him, but keep your elbow bent, your outside elbow. Keep your elbow contact bent and bounce the ball. Hop, 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 hop. I want you to feel more rhythm and more bounce in your belly. I want you to move that hand. Come on. Hop, 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 hop. Bum, 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 bum. Hold your hand in your belly. Exhale and walk. Open and trot. Bounce. Lift your hand first before anything. You pop your hand up out of the front. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Now keep little movements like that. Hop, 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 hop. Pop your hand. Put your hand lower in your crotch so you feel the whole movement. Down low. Put your hand lower. Yes. Move your hand up, up. Like you're going to bounce your hand up. Good. Make the trot smaller and bounce your hand more up. More up, 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 up. Good job. Keep going. Bum, 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 bum. What is the rhythm? Tunk, tuck, 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 tuck. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Pop, 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 pop. Lift more than you think in your crutch. I want your crutch more up, up, up. Yes, up, up, up. It's more than you think, right? More. Up, 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 up. Faster, up, faster. Up your belly. Up. Good. Now hold for walk. Good. Give him a scratch. Good job. You feel your muscle? Yeah? Okay, good. Walk. Walk on a long way. Good boy. It's going to be a little bit odd kind of lesson plan for them. This is kind of what I wanted to do over the weekend, and I just had such bad service. It was just a mess. But this will be the plan if we can meet up tomorrow and Friday even online. That would be great. And I'll just it seems kind of like, well, I mean, I know you're dying. It's not easy. It doesn't feel like you're not doing anything. But I mean, as to thinking like, oh, we're just going around working on sitting, but we have to. And even though you're struggling, I mean, last year you couldn't have even, like, I'm just pushing you to sit way longer, right? And to take your feet out and in and out and in and out and in. I mean, this is something that stops you from being like, you take your feet out and you almost, in the first times that we do it, you go like, your body kind of freaks out. But as you start, take them out, put them in, take them out, put them in, take them out, your body starts to realize, hey, I gotta bounce with a horse here because I can't really think about putting my feet back in, and I can't really only think about bouncing and not get my feet in. Like you have to, like your feet have to get the feet in, and your bum has to bounce the ball. Really good though. Because the other things too, like by the time that we're ready to, we know our shoulder ends, we know our leg yields, we know our haunches, I mean, I'm happy with the idea of what he knows. He did some beautiful canter walk canters. I'm happy with a lot of the things, and we need to train those more. But for me, I see this as a little bit of a bigger issue right now because even if we started to get some of those things done, if you just do this whole like hold stiff and stiff arms and stiff, and we're gonna kind of smack him in the face a bit, like, and say, and he'll be like, hey, what the heck, guys? Like, I'm trying, and then so I want to make sure this isn't an issue. And I have to say, when you watch your video too, like it's really cute because he seems. I know how he is when you get going in the beginning. You feel like he doesn't want to go, and it feels like ugh. But it is really cute when we just start working on you, and he just kind of starts trotting, and it's almost like you have to slow him down a little bit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. And now we're gonna gather them together, and I don't want to do the canter today. I just want to do trot again now rising, and I kind of want to do that kind of finishing off. I want you to feel what all we just did and how it helped. If we stay posting trot and keep doing this, what we're going to do right now, we never push forward, but we're going to have what we did, but we'll just call that the work that we just did. All the sitting, all the things that we just did until right now. How then now going back to regular rising trot is a kind of a relief and a reward. You touch him with your calves now. You're going with him much better. Good, more trot. He's super cute in his ears. He's floppy in the ears. More trot, but not faster. More up. More through your hands are way better. You feel that, no? Gently squeeze your right rein. Make sure he's not doing too much flexion to the inside. Hop, 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 hop. Good. Prepare him for a center line. So help. Wait. Like you were doing that little sitting trot. Compress him. Compress him and lift. Compress him and lift. Okay, he put the head up, but he didn't do a weird step. Good. Now help him because you're going to go to the right. So push, push, push. Compress, press, press. Tick, 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 tick. Hind legs, hind legs, hind legs. Sit up. Help him. Help him. Help him. Tap him the energy now. Yeah, now, 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 now. Good. Any of those times when you're going on the correct diagonal will be when you're up in the air. When he's outside, yeah, shorten the range more. I want more trot with more shorter range and more up. I want like fire behind. Hold him in front. Hold the fire. Tap again the hind legs. Hold the fire. Hold the fire back. Tap him behind. Come on. Hold back. Hold back in front. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap the legs. Tap, tap. Hold back in front. Hold him. Hold him. So lift your front end like you're going to be an airplane lifting off in front in the airplane right before it goes and takes off. Hold him in front. Lift him. Good job. Good. Give him a pat. Very good. Really good though. It looks good. Uh-uh. They're like done. You're like, okay, I'm done. My body. Good. Really good, eh? Yeah. Yeah, you'll start to feel like all of a sudden you put on that energy and he doesn't run and flop out and all of a sudden he feels like, wait, I'm kind of revving my engine and then or like if you've ever driven a boat and then you go and you press the thing and the front end like lifts up but you don't really like go out yet, like that's what you want to feel. So you have to hold him. Like it's a lot of holding in front, isn't it? Like you have to say, hey, 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 but you don't stop. But you can't stop the hind legs though. So you keep like agitating him behind, and then he keeps saying, okay, all right, well, what do you want? Running forward, and then you keep saying in front, no, 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 I don't want you to run forward. And then he's like, okay, you want me to slow down? And you're like, no, 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 I want you to keep agitating. And then finally he just compresses himself and he holds himself for a little bit, and then you do that for like you know, for some time, and then you have to like give them a break because it's a lot of work to do that. And you would only try to do that like at the end for a little bit. I think that's good for today. Huh? I don't want to do the canter because I want to feel like I want you to let this marinate for tomorrow. And I think tomorrow we could probably do an earlier, like an 8 o'clock maybe online, if that makes sense. Yeah, we have to do this. We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna hit this hard. If it's gonna take the next few lessons, I don't care. And I need to get it longer and longer that you're sitting, and you just need to get tired. You need to get tired. What I've learned is like doing this the same time. You like people, the students actually have to just get so tired that they kind of go, oh, I just can't hold this tension anymore. And it's like, oh my gosh, great. Like that's all you needed. Like you didn't need all that tension. Like you wear yourself out holding yourself. And when everyone gets tired, by the time that's like Juan does those saddle pads, he makes all those people ride in saddle pads because eventually they're so tired they can't grip and hold on anymore, and then they just have to like let go, and then they're like, oh, I'm just sitting here. That's what we need to do. So let's what? Yeah, I don't want like you could do the canter now, but I think you're tired, and I want to do tomorrow. Yeah, I think the canter's easier. Yeah, the canter's nothing. It's easy. We know that the more he gets active, the more he sits, the more he collects. It's an easy canter to sit. He's like you sit in this little rocking thing. So I'm not worried about the canter. You follow better in the canter that you do the trot. We have to gain ground on this trot and this sitting trot and this connection because this is the key that will unlock for you to do the second level and more. If we don't do this, you're just gonna constantly, be hanging and flopping, and it's so unfair to him that when we ask to start to do leg yields or shoulder ins or half passes or whatever, you have to even follow more. Like you have to follow even more. So it makes no sense until you can go around sitting this trot and not be out of breath and feel like it's not that difficult. Okay, perfect. Then we do leg yokes. Okay, and then you'll be out of breath again. And then okay, perfect. Then we'll gain ground again. Okay, perfect. Now we'll do shoulder in. If I tell you that you'll just hold your breath again and stiffen, and then it's just going to be a big fat mess. It's time for you to work hard on the sitting trot now. We couldn't have done it any earlier because he didn't even want to go. He didn't even he now it's so cute. Like you start like holding the strap or holding the whip or doing it, and he's like kind of like I can go. He's ready to go now. He's like, yeah, I can go. Yeah, no, it's perfect. No, no, no. You will. No, but you will. You will. I mean, the trot is always harder to sit than the canter for sure. The canter comes first in that for people. I think it's way easier to sit. I mean, I know I'm always like, by the time Guillermo's like finally like, in the lesson when he's like, okay, now canter, I'm like, oh thank God, like, whew, like I can't sit trot any longer. Like I'm dying. And canter's just like, whew, like a relief. Um, so we don't need to focus on that right now. We need to do some intense workout here and get you well past the point of where you can go a 30-minute ride of sitting trot and not be dying. And then we'll go on from there. But that's the focus for now because everything revolves around this. So when we start to do other things, you're gonna go to tension again. So when we go to do a movement or whatever, I need to say to you, okay, go back. Remember what we did that summer when we were sitting? Just go back around the wall, bounce the ball, stop, getting, and then we'll come back and do the movement again. And then the minute you get tense in movement, you've got to get out and do it again. And then in some moment, you're going to have to bite the bullet and try to figure out how to bounce the ball in the movement as well. You're going to do the same thing, but really good. Oh, that no, the suffer is the best part. I mean, that's like you have to. You just really have to. It's just, I mean, it's what it's about. And a lot of people don't want to go through this. And there's many ways to get there. And then in the end result, it shows many different things. So, but I want to get to the end with a softer horse and a softer rider look, and an availability of a connection that we can not get stuck at like fourth level because you can't, or whatever, or third, whatever, wherever the hiccups are. Like you, I want to make sure there's going to be issues anyway. I want to make sure that your body and your movement is growing with the training of your horse, and and then it's going to even be worse because you're getting older. So each day you're older, and each day we need you to be more flexible, and that's we know that that's a you know the big challenge for every human. And he too, we constantly have to every day you and your horse are a day older. Hmm. Yeah. So good job. Okay, I'm shutting you off.